Most people get this wrong when investing in dividend ETFs. They chase the highest yield they can find, and end up losing money instead of building income. Here's the truth no one tells you. A high dividend yield doesn't always mean a good investment. In fact, some of the highest yield ETFs come with hidden risks that can reduce your returns over time. In this video, you'll discover the 10 best high-yield dividend ETFs in Australia for 2026, how they actually work, and how to choose the right one based on your goals. By the end, you'll know exactly how to build a steady income portfolio without falling into common traps. Let's start immediately with the most important concept. Dividend ETFs are funds that invest in companies paying regular dividends. These dividends are then passed on to you as income. Simple. But here's the problem. Not all dividend ETFs are created equal. This is where most people fail. They focus only on yield and ignore things like fees, diversification, and long-term performance. Now here's where it gets interesting. A slightly lower yield, with strong growth, can actually give you better total returns than a very high yield with poor performance. So keep that in mind as we go through the list. Let's start with the first ETF. Vanguard Australian Shares High Yield ETF. This is one of the most popular dividend ETFs in Australia. It focuses on high dividend-paying Australian companies. Let's say Alex invests in this ETF. He gets regular income from dividends and exposure to major Australian companies. Now here's the catch. It's heavily weighted towards sectors like banks and mining. So you need to understand sector concentration. Now let's move to the second ETF. SPRS and PS. Israel or and did 1RS 200 fund. This ETF tracks the top 200 companies in Australia. It offers a solid mix of dividends and growth. Now here's where it gets interesting. It may not have the highest yield, but it provides stability and diversification. Now let's move to the third ETF. BetaShares Australian Dividend Harvester Fund. This ETF is designed specifically for income-focused investors. It uses strategies to capture dividend payments. But here's the problem. It can be more complex and may have higher fees. Now here's a smart move. Understand the strategy before investing. Now let's move to the fourth ETF. iShares S&P/ASX Dividend Opportunities ETF. This ETF focuses on companies with strong dividend potential. It aims to provide higher income than the broader market. Now here's the key point. It may offer higher yield, but also comes with higher volatility. Now let's move to the fifth ETF. Vanguard FC All World High Dividend Yield ETF. This ETF gives you global exposure. Instead of focusing only on Australia, it includes companies worldwide. Now here's where it gets interesting. This reduces risk by diversifying across countries. Now let's move to the sixth ETF. MSCI Australia Select High Dividend Yield Fund. This ETF selects Australian companies with strong dividend yields. It's another solid option for income investors. Now here's the catch. Like other high-yield ETFs, it may be concentrated in certain sectors. Now let's move to the seventh ETF. iShares Global Income Leaders ETF. This ETF focuses on global companies with strong income potential. It provides international diversification. Now here's a smart tip. Combining local and global ETFs can balance your portfolio. Now let's move to the eighth ETF. ANIC Morningstar International Wide Moat ETF. This ETF focuses on companies with strong competitive advantages. While not purely a high-yield ETF, it offers a mix of income and growth. Now here's where it gets interesting. Strong companies can sustain dividends better over time. Now let's move to the ninth ETF. iShares Global High Yield Corporate Bond ETF. This one is different. It focuses on bonds instead of stocks. Now here's the key point. It can provide higher income, but comes with credit risk. Now, let's move to the 10th ETF. BetaShares Leg Mason Real Income Fund. This ETF invests in real estate and infrastructure assets. It aims to provide steady income. Now here's the catch. It may be sensitive to interest rate changes. Now here's the problem. Even with these top ETFs, many investors still make mistakes. Let's fix that. First, don't chase yield blindly. High yield can sometimes indicate higher risk. Second, check fees. Higher fees reduce your returns over time. Third, diversify. Don't put all your money into one ETF or one sector. Now here's where it gets interesting. A combination of Australian and global dividend ETFs can create a more balanced income stream. Now, let's talk about reinvesting dividends. Many investors spend their dividends immediately. But here's a powerful strategy. Reinvesting dividends can significantly increase your long-term returns. Now, let's take an example. Jake invests in a dividend ETF and reinvests all his dividends. Over time, his investment grows faster due to compounding. Now compare that to someone who spends their dividends. The difference becomes huge over the years. Now let's talk about risk. Dividend ETFs are not risk-free. Market downturns can reduce both prices and dividends. Now here's the key takeaway. Focus on long-term investing. Now, let's address a common question. How much yield is good? There's no perfect number. But extremely high yields should always be checked carefully. Now, here's the final insight. The best dividend ETF is not the one with the highest yield. It's the one that balances income, growth, and stability. Now let's quickly summarize everything. Top dividend ETFs in Australia include Vanguard High Yield, SBTR, ASX 200, BetaShares Dividend Harvester, eShares Dividend Opportunities, and several global options. Focus on total return, not just yield. Diversify across sectors and regions. Keep fees low. Reinvest dividends for long-term growth. If you follow this approach, you can build a strong income portfolio in 2026. Now you're not guessing anymore. You know exactly how to evaluate and choose the right ETFs. If this video helped you, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you want help building your dividend portfolio, drop a comment below. I'll guide you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.